Hi everyone, can you hear me well? Can you hear me? I can see the live chat, so I'm paying attention to it. Okay, apparently at least Camila, Leandro, and Isabel. Okay, you can hear me well. All right. So again, my name is Andrea from the last webinar that you had. I'm the community builder at Startup Chile. I've been helping you with your visas. Today you're gonna have the webinar with Paula. I'm gonna let her introduce herself in a little bit. Paula is your account executive, which means that she's going to help you with finance and all the grants and how to spend it and how can you spend that. So all questions related to that can be asked during this webinar, okay? If questions about visa and all that, it's not the time right now. So just that, like grants, how to spend the money, salaries, etc. So let me introduce you to Paula.
Hi everyone, can you see me and hear me well? I guess. So, okay, as Andrea said, I'm Paula, I'm your account executive. With some of you, I've been talking through emails. I've been working in Startup Chile for 3.5 years. I started as a financial executive, so I know a lot about how to present the expenses and all the requirements that you need to know. Then I worked some time with the impact and networks area, and then I started to work as an account executive, so that means that I'm your account executive for Generation 17. I have 4 topics that I would like to share with you. Of course, you can ask me whatever you want to. We're reading all of your questions, but I have 4 main topics that I need you to be clear about. So maybe you're wondering which expenses can be approved and which will be when you arrive to Chile. All the expenses for those that are not living in Chile, like visa, tickets to come to Chile, police check, vaccines, everything that you need to do to come to Chile, you can pass it on the budget. That means your health insurance, any flight related, maybe you have to travel to get your visa to another city because in your city you cannot do it, that expense also can be included in the budget. So if you have any questions about that, just send me an email. I'll try to reply really, really fast. For those that I've already talked with, you know it. But the expenses that are now approved are the tickets to come to Chile, all the visa paperwork that you have to do to come to Chile, health insurance, and anything related to that. All the other expenses that maybe you're wondering, like, I don't know, maybe marketing, development, software, I don't know, those expenses will be discussed when you arrive to Chile. So please be patient. Maybe we can start talking about which expenses do you want to do, but the official approval will be once you arrive, because once you arrive, we will have a full week of introductions, workshops, and we will have a personal meeting where we will set up milestones and objectives that you will try to accomplish during the program, and all the expenses should be related to those objectives. Also, salaries. So as you know, you can collect a salary for you and your team members. Your team members are the people that apply with you to Startup Chile. So once you did the application process, you included some people, maybe apply alone, I don't know, but those people are the only ones allowed to get salary and also to get approval of the flight expenses, okay? So maybe you have an expert, but that expert didn't apply with you, and you want to bring him to Chile, the ticket and all the flight costs won't be approved in the budget, but you can pay him or her a salary. But salaries for you and your team members will be possible. We're talking about 700,000 Chilean pesos, the maximum amount per month per participant. And also, you can choose either to get a salary, as I'm saying, or to pass your housing cost, which means if you rent an apartment here in Chile, you can include that expense in your budget. You cannot ask for salary and housing cost. You will have to choose one. The other thing, all the period of your project. So how much does your project last with Startup Chile? All the expenses could be approved since you receive a letter saying that you were part of Startup Chile. Those expenses, when you receive the letter saying you are accepted in Startup Chile, until you arrive to Chile, that means in February, those are pre-approved expenses, which means that are expenses that are allowed because it includes all that you have to do to come to Chile. And from February till August, which is like 6 months, that's how much the project lasts. And that's the period where you can do activities and develop your startup and include expenses. So Dustin is asking, is the salary only for Chilean companies? Yes. To claim a salary, you will have to open a Chilean company. Do not worry about that. My advice for now is for you to start talking with other people from the community of Startup Chile to ask them how they did it opening a company. But also on the first 2 weeks, you will have different workshops where you receive some legal advices, like a legal workshop where they will say how to open a company and everything. But yes, for Chilean companies. About Camila is asking about the salary. You said that is 700,000 per month per person, but I read somewhere that the 700 per month total. So if we are doing the project, would be 250 each or 700? 700, yeah, it's 700 per month per person. Yes. That the people that apply actually to Startup Chile, remember that. I don't know, okay, that was the main topic. So my role here is not just to say what you can spend or not, but also to be something like, how do I say it? Like your partner in crime, I don't know, while you're in Startup Chile. The idea is for us to have really good communication. If you have anything to say, like a question or a comment or a complaint, please let me know. You have my email, it's paula@startupchile.org, and I'm always available, and I will help you trying to achieve your objectives, your milestones, and I will try to guide you during the whole process while you're in Startup Chile. Dustin, yes, 700 is the housing allowance if you have 2 or more team members, yes. That means the 12 people that apply with you. Keep in mind, it's either salary or housing cost, not the two things at the same time in the budget. Okay, so Dustin is asking about expenses. What sort of documentation do you have to keep? So everything. Please keep every receipt, invoice, factura, boleta, everything that that is the legal tax document from the issuing country. Please keep it. Everything should be delivered in the original format, original copy. So keep everything. The boarding pass. If you went to the visa and you got a receipt, keep that. Everything, keep it. And also remember, every expense should be done from either your account or one of your team members' account. So keep that in mind because it's really important. For the financial process, you will have to present, for one part, all the invoices, receipts, everything, but also you will have to prove how you paid it. So it's important that you show us that your account, it could be any account from, I don't know, it could be a Chilean account or an Indian account or from the US. It doesn't matter the country, but it has to be yours or one of your team members. Dustin is saying that in some cases there are no documents or we have to ask for something. So yes, always try to ask for an invoice, a formal invoice. It depends on the expense. But for example, I know that for Visa, probably you won't get a receipt, but on the Visa stamp, you will get the price. So that's enough for us. But everything else, if you purchase something, or if you hired someone or a service, then you will have to ask him for a formal receipt. Okay. Leandro is asking, if we pay with credit card, we have to present the credit card resume? Yes. So you will have to present all your bank statements. You can hide your personal expenses. We are not asking to look that. We're just asking to look at the expense that you are going to show to Startup Chile as part of the budget, and then that will be it. So yeah, you can hide your personal expenses, but we will have to see clearly the expense that you are asking for approval and the balance after you did the expense. Romain is asking, what about cash expenses? Is it valid? Yes, it's valid. We'll probably ask you for your bank account statement where we can see some withdrawal of money. But maybe let's say that you, I don't know, you sold your car and you have a lot of cash on you, hidden in your house, I don't know. Then you will have to do a sworn statement saying that you had that amount of cash for, I don't know, expenses like visa, vaccines, police, I don't know. But we can solve it. So yes, cash could be approved. Camila is now asking about the way we can spend the money. I read that we need to show at least 3 different budgets, but some products that I need are exclusive or it's only made by one producer. It would be a problem? Camila, no. So if you're going to spend more than 3.5 million Chilean pesos for some product or some person that you're hiring or you're using as outsourcing, then you will ask for 3 different budgets. One of the person or service that you want to hire, and 2 others that are comparable with each. You will have to choose the one that is better for you, not necessarily the cheapest, but we'll discuss it. We will see that you saw like all the market options, and then you can choose one. If the product or service is exclusive, then you will have to show us that there is no competition in the market that can provide that same service or good, and that will be the justification for that expense. Camila is also asking, some of the products that I need, I import them, the invoice, shipping cost, and customs can be paid with the funds? Yes, that also can be included. Leandro is now asking, another question. If I hire a non-Chilean provider, and at the moment I don't have a Chilean company, the invoice will be at my name and tax ID. That's okay? Yes. So every invoice, every receipt, either if you receive it from Chile or your home country, it should be directed to your name or one of your team members. So if you apply it as a company, some Chileans did that and applied as a company, all expenses should be directed to the company. But if you apply as a person like Leandro, then all expenses or receipts, invoices should be directed to Leandro. Rui is asking, all expenses will have to be made using the bank account that will be created in Chile, right? No. So you can use a personal account that is from your home country. When you arrive to Chile, you will have the chance to open a bank account where you will receive the money from Startup Chile, but you can use an account from your home country that is under your name or one of your team members. Any more questions or comments that you would like to clarify now?
Guys, apparently there are no more questions. Okay, thanks. You're welcome, Reed. Yeah, apparently there are no more questions, but wait, no, there are more questions. Dustin, we will live in Chile for more than 6 months, so we may incur income tax liabilities. Is that a question or a statement? Okay, question. How does a reimbursement count on Chilean income tax?
It depends on the tax. So maybe if you hired someone in Chile, then you will have to pay 10% tax, then you will ask it to pay it. So it's like in any country, you will have to know that there are tax involved and that you will have to pay them. And we will advise you, and maybe in the first 2 weeks, you will have different workshops, like a financial workshop. Well, you will be aware and like notified of the taxes that are in Chile, so you will be prepared to include it in the budget depending on the expense. Camila is asking, the fund starts in February 13. If I make a payment before that and I show you the bill, can I get refunded? All pre-approved expenses are the ones that are necessary to come to Chile or to be part of Startup Chile. All the other expenses, like maybe you are already working with a software development, I don't know, we can discuss it on that date. For now, keep the receipts, the invoices, the facturas, the boletas, and once we meet in person, we will discuss everything about that. Romain is asking, will we have to pay taxes on the salary? We are checking the best way for you to collect the salary, so don't worry, you will get the information about that. Dustin is asking, I'm trying to recruit employees. This can take a long time. Is there a target date by which I can expect to get the okay for hiring this person? Meaning, for example, after the budget approval, Dustin, we can start talking right now about the expenses and which people do you want to hire to see the necessities, but just remember that those employees should be also related to your milestones and objectives that you want to accomplish during Startup Chile. So on the first week that you arrive, we will set up a meeting, and I ask you to be patient. You can start, I don't know, seeking or looking for people now, but the formal approval for every project will be when you arrive to Chile. Isabella is asking, if one of my team members comes to Chile after a month and stays for just 3 months, this person can receive the salary? Yes, that person can receive the salary according to the dates that he or she will be in Chile. Golazos is asking, will you pay taxes of foreign governments, like IVA for services in other countries? Yes. IVA or VAT could, if it's on the receipt and it's the legal obligation, then you can pass it as part of the full expense that you're presenting, meaning part of the budget. Camila is asking, my partner and I are from Chile, Viña del Mar. I also read that if the project is outside Santiago, can ask an extension for 12 months instead of 6. And 10 more millions of the fund, is that right? So maybe you already read about that. We have a program that is called Go Regional. The idea for that is Chile is still a country where most of the things happen on the capital of the country, so meaning Santiago. But the idea is to get you to other regions, other cities of Chile, for you to impact and share the knowledge and encourage other entrepreneurs to join us in this movement of innovation and entrepreneurship. So that's GoReINA. We are working with 2 cities, Valparaíso, which is the 5th region of Chile, and we are working with Concepción, which is the 8th region of Chile. Camila, as you are from Valparaíso, you cannot apply to come back to Valparaíso because the idea is to diversify the knowledge and experience in other cities. So not just for you to go and make an impact on your own city, but you could apply to Concepción, for example. And everyone, Chilean or not, could apply to go to Valparaíso or Concepción, and that means 6 more months of the program and 10 more millions for the budget. DJ Profile is asking about the salaries. You said that the only allowed salaries are for these 2 team members, but what happens if we need to hire more workers there? Are they allowed to have salaries? Yes. So one thing is your salary as team members of the project that apply to Startup Chile and are now part of the program. And another thing is the professionals that you need to hire to make your startup work. So for you and your team members, meaning the people that apply with you, it's that amount that I previously mentioned. But if you need to hire someone from Chile or from another part of the world, like, I don't know, Argentina or Spain maybe, you can pay them a salary. You will hire them as an outsourcing. And if you hire a Chilean living in Chile, that will be an expert. And the amount will depend on the market value that is for that work and for that professional. Someone is asking, I am recruiting a small team that I can put in place before I come to Chile. I need to buy computers, IT equipment for them to do the project. Will this be approved before I come to Chile? No. So computers or maybe cell phones or those devices are only allowed for team members. So maybe you need to change your computer, or maybe it broke down, I don't know. But if it's for you, then you can do it, or for one of your team members. The people that you hire can only receive a salary. Golazos is asking now, if you don't want to claim salaries or accommodation, can you use the total amount to pay for outsourcing services the company needs, like development, advertising? Yes. So how you spend the budget, it's up to you and the necessities of your startup. We'll, of course, discuss it according to the milestones and objectives, but if you want to choose to pay or use most of the budget on outsourcing, experts, marketing, development, you can do it. For that is the first meeting that we have to discuss everything.
All right. I guess no more questions. Well, my strength book is talking, but it's talking it's talking to Sabine and Dustin. So, yeah. Okay, one more question, Camila. Is Facebook publicity a valid expense in the marketing item? Yes, it is. Yes. Dustin. Sure. Okay, that was not for us. We're using a few SAS, Scrumwise, Robot. Okay, I understand these are reimbursable too, right? Yes, they're reimbursable. And okay, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. We're very excited to meet you all in February. If you still have some questions, we have Paula. She's gonna help. She's gonna work hand in hand with you all the time. And you can also ask me some questions. If it's a question for Paula, I can forward. Just, you have my email, andrea@startupchile.org. We have Paula@startupchile.org. So we're here for you guys, okay? Thank you, and have a nice day or evening, depends on where you are. Bye-bye.
Bye, see you.
Bye.